Hello! Today we're going to be reading Fish. So let's start by making an observation about our front cover. So let's look at some of the things we see. So I see a bottle, a can, some paper, a watering can in here, a milk carton, even an umbrella. There's a few fish in there, but not a lot. So let's start and read our story. One cold, dark morning, Finn and his dog Skip were woken up early by their alarm clock. The rest of the world was still fast asleep. Time to wake up! Finn yawned as he got dressed and packed up his things to get ready to go fishing. But Skip, with his eyes barely open, stretched and went back to sleep. It was so early that the sky was still dark and the moon and stars were shining brightly. "Come on, sleepyhead, the fish won't catch themselves," Finn whispered quietly to Skip as they crept through the empty streets toward the sea. When they reached the shore, they found their small wooden boat hiding among the giant fishing boats. Finn loaded their lunch and fishing rod onto the boat, pushed it out onto the water, and hopped aboard. With the open ocean ahead of them, Finn rowed eagerly, or really excitingly, while Skip watched the seals play in the wake of the little boat. Skip thought some of the seals looked sad, but he didn't know why. They pushed through the crashing waves to their favorite fishing spot. So look at the seals' faces. There's one right there, some right over here. What are some characteristics or some things about them that lets you know that they are sad? They have a real sad little face, right? Finn cast out his fishing line as far as he could, and they waited and waited, but not a single fish tugged at their line. The ocean appeared to be empty as far as the eye could see. Suddenly, Skip spotted something bobbing or moving up and down in the waves, and with a huge splash, he jumped in to investigate or take a closer look. Whoa. So let's describe this picture. What are some things we see and what are some things we don't see? So I see a huge ship down here. I see a tire and some bags. What don't you guys see? And what are some things you do see? After some time, Skip scrambled back into the boat, holding the ball he had rescued in his mouth. Litter, or garbage that doesn't belong there, flew everywhere as he shook himself dry. "Ugh, Skip, look at all that garbage. There are plastic bags and bottles everywhere," Finn cried with disgust. "Where are all the fish?" Finn wondered as he scooped his net through the water. Every time he pulled it out, he was disappointed to find it was filled with trash. Before long, the small boat was almost sinking under the weight of all the things they had pulled from the ocean. "We haven't caught a single fish all day," Finn sobbed. The sun was beginning to sink in the sky, or it was almost nighttime, and their tummies were rumbling loudly. "We have no choice but to row back, old friend," said Finn, patting Skip gently on the head and starting to row back to shore. "Hello," shouted a little girl as Finn was pushing the boat up the beach. "Can we help you with that?" That's a lot of trash. "We're beach cleaners," the girl explained. "We pick up litter that has been washed ashore by the tide so that it doesn't get swept back into the ocean. We can help you with your pile of garbage. Where did you find it all?" "We scooped it out of the ocean while we were trying to catch a fish for dinner," Finn answered. "But we didn't see a single fish all day." "That's no surprise. Trash, especially plastic, in the ocean across the world is harming wildlife. Sometimes animals get trapped in it, which can cause them to suffocate or not be able to breathe. If animals eat the trash, it can poison them or fill up their stomachs so they don't have room for real food. There are lots of plastic in the ocean and it doesn't get cleaned up. Plastic litter, and even plastic that has been put in the garbage, can be taken to landfill sites or just where all the trash is kept, can easily be carried away by wind or rain. It often ends up in rivers or drains, which can lead to the ocean. Once the plastic is in the ocean, It does not rot away. It stays there forever. It breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces of plastic called microplastics. These poison wildlife and can even get into the water that humans drink and our food too. We need to reduce plastic in the oceans because they are home to a huge variety of wildlife, or a lot of wildlife. Big changes start with small steps. There are lots of things we can do to help. If you were Finn, how would you guys change or reduce the amount of garbage that is in the ocean? We could throw away or recycle our waste correctly to make sure that it doesn't litter the environment. So some things that are recyclable are paper, glass, and cans. We could repair and reuse our old things instead of buying more and throwing it away into a landfill. We can use other things in a different way if they can't be repaired. We can avoid using single-use, non-recyclable plants such as plastic bags, drink cups, and water bottles. Instead, we could choose to use things that can be recycled or that can break down. We could tell our friends and family to get involved and start making small changes too. It's fun. The following day, Finn recycled everything he could. He repaired everything that could be fixed, and he found other ways of using what he couldn't. And he invited his friends and family to help clean up litter on the beach. Finn, Skip, and their friends continued to do what they could for the oceans and clean the beach regularly, or a lot. The more they did, the cleaner their surroundings became, and the wildlife began to return to the sea. So let's take a look at this picture. This is our second picture. Now we'll go back to our first picture. Here's our first picture. So what are some similarities or some things that are the same between our first picture and our second picture, and what are some things that are different? This one is a lot more fish and a lot less garbage. Everyone felt so proud of what they were doing to protect the oceans. What will you do? So, what would have happened if Finn, his family, and his friends didn't help clean up the beach? There would have been a lot more trash in the ocean and not all those fish, right? Just like Finn, we need to help reduce or lower the amount of garbage that's in our oceans. Come up with a plan on how you guys can help save our oceans and our animals by getting rid of or reducing the amount of trash. Bye, guys.